Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Blessings to you this morning. I pray that all is well. And I want to thank God for all my new subscribers that's coming in. I see y'all coming in. It's such a blessing. And you know what? I want to talk to you as I was getting dressed this morning. I got to thinking about how we got to take better care of ourselves. We truly got to take care of ourselves, especially if you're over 50 years old and you're dealing with blood pressure issues. In this season, y'all, you got to be a better advocate for yourself. Because let me tell you what happened to me. And I want y'all to hear me very well because this is very serious. I went to the doctor last week. Last week, my blood pressure had went up. And it had went up way high. Up in the 200s, and the bottom number was over 100, and it was really, really a dangerous situation. Well, I went to the emergency room, and when I went to the emergency room, they told me that it was the weekend. They weren't going to give me no blood pressure medication. They gave me 2 Tylenol and told me to see my family care doctor that next Monday morning. Well, Monday morning, I went to the doctor, and when I went to the doctor told me that they were going to take me off the lisinopril that I was on because the lisinopril had swelled my bottom lip up, and it has a tendency of could swell you up and close your airway. This is my story. Now, I'm not telling nobody not take your medication. I'm telling you what lisinopril did to me. And I have been on lisinopril for a long, long time. And because I've been on it for a long time, this is the first time I had a reaction, so now I know I'm allergic to the lisinopril. This is a disclaimer once again. I'm not telling you not to take your blood pressure medicine. If you're taking lisinopril, then you seek your doctor for your information. This is my story and what I went through with the blood pressure medication lisinopril. So with that being said, they sent me home with no medication whatsoever. Told me to log the medication, and this is even after I went to my primary care on Monday. I went to primary care. They told me to just stay off the medication. It takes about 2 weeks for that to get out of your system. But they didn't give me a small dose of anything. It was like cold turkey. So I was concerned about that. So I was concerned about it at the hospital. I said, now, it's Friday night, and you're going to send me home with no blood pressure medication from the emergency room. And then Monday I get there, you're going to send me with no medication. I understand that the medication I had did damage to my lip and swelled me up. But I have been on blood pressure medication for years. I did not think it was good for me to go cold turkey without none. Well, Monday when I went to the doctor, she said she was not going to give me any blood pressure medication. I was like, okay, they are professionals. Maybe I will be all right. But it didn't set well with me. So I took the blood pressure log and I started logging my blood pressure from Monday till yesterday. Yesterday, I was okay in the morning. But by evening, I was feeling real dizzy, felt pressure coming up in my head, felt a headache coming on, felt kind of shaky. So I said, let me check my blood pressure, see what's going on, because I am basically a healthy person. So heart rate always been good, pulse always been good. I checked the blood pressure. Oh my God, y'all. My blood pressure was already at 204 and climbing at 204. I then called emergency responders, told them to come and pick me up, take me to the hospital, but I did not want to go to the same hospital. I'm not mentioning no hospital name, but I did not want to go to that same hospital, so I knew that if I was showed up back there, it's only been 4 days, they were going to tell me the same thing. It's the weekend. You wait and see your primary care. You sent me out of that hospital with a blood pressure still over 187 and climbing, but you gave me nothing but a Tylenol and told me to go home and wait to see the doctor. I was not feeling right with none of that because I know that with that blood pressure, I know that is serious business. That's one of the scariest things that happen because that can unalive you in the middle of the night and unalive you when you're sleeping. So I was like, no, we're not doing none of that. So I decided to go to another hospital. Went to the next hospital. The hospital understood my situation. They listened to me. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all right here and right now. A lot of what's going on today around the world, not just in the medical field, people are on edge. They're not listening to your patients. They're not listening to what you have to say. They just want to give you what they want to give you, like you don't know who you are. You don't understand your own body. Know what your body needs. Know what your body's doing. Make sure you're paying attention to yourself. You're going to have to be your own advocate in this season. You cannot just trust going to these medical professionals at this time and just trust what they say and get a second opinion. When you don't know, when they tell you something, verify. Well, I went and got what I needed at this other hospital I went to. They brought me in. They took good care of me. They checked my blood pressure. It was still at, I think it was like around, by that time from the ambulance ride, it started dropping a little bit. By the time I got to the hospital, I think it was like at around 160. Then it kept fluctuating back up between 160, that top number being 160 and that top number being 187, but that bottom number staying at 100 or going to like 90 something. And it was just too much. Because I basically always have a good blood pressure because I've been on blood pressure medication for years. Well, the doctor there at the new place, he came out and he saw me. They did check my heart and everything. Everything was good. Gave me some Tylenol, of course, too, because I asked for that for my headache. And then he says, I showed him the picture of my lip, how my lip had swollen and whatnot. And he said, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start you on a very low dose of medication and blood pressure medication because you should have something, because there was no reason for you to go cold turkey after you've been on medication all this long time. But it's good that you know your own body. It's good that you know how to catch these things before they got out of hand, because that really could have caused me to either have a stroke or whatever. So it was just a mess. And I just thank God for the strength that he gave me to advocate for myself. So I checked my blood pressure this morning. It was beautiful. It was truly beautiful this morning. So y'all make sure with this heat. Right now we get ready to have 96-degree day over here in South Carolina. Make sure you're drinking your water. Make sure that you're making sure that you stay hydrated. Make sure you wear some clothing that's going to reflect the sun up off of you, and try to stay out of that heat as much as you possibly can, and get some rest. Make sure you're getting plenty of rest. I didn't rest well last night because all of this didn't rest well with me when I was asking for help and I was letting them know what I needed, and then I get in trouble again with my blood pressure raging at 204, and then now all of a sudden I had to go somewhere else. Just to a strange place that I've never been to, and they were the ones that gave me what I needed and helped me, just a very small dose of 5 milligrams of something, because my system should not be snatched away just like that after being on that forever and a day. That one needed to go, yes, because I'll never take that particular one again. But just to have something to make sure that my blood pressure stays stabilized, because high blood pressure is something that has run in my family for years. My daddy had it, it's like saying, your daddy had it, your grandmama had it, your great-grandma had it, and it becomes a hereditary thing because of the fact that, when I was coming up, we fed on a lot of things that we should not eat. We didn't eat a lot of healthy, strong stuff. We were raised up on a bunch of greasy stuff. So I just want to let y'all know that, you got to be your best advocate, not only for you, but advocate for your children. Advocate for all your loved ones. Make sure that you're getting second opinions. Sometimes you just got to get on the internet and start reading for yourself. You're going to have to really, because sometimes you go to the doctor's office, they ask you what's wrong with you, what you think should happen. I came to the doctor. What do you think should happen? You're the doctor. You're the professional. Everybody want to pass the buck to somebody else. They don't want to do their job in this season. So you got to be your own advocate. And I know what the problem is. The problem is because of the fact that people just don't care about humanity no more because of everything that's going on in the world. They're bringing that to the workplace, and they're not wanting to do their jobs. And some people, it's not everybody, so don't come for me in the comments. But if you've experienced anything as far as your blood pressure being high, you know this is serious business. And if you have a good comment that you want to drop in the comment section to let somebody know, or a horror story that you had with your blood pressure, because to me that was a horror story that I had with my blood pressure, because that was very scary. When you're dealing with blood pressure, you really got to be careful, and you really got to pay attention to what's going on with you. And so especially when you're my age, I am 65 years old, so I ain't got time to be sitting up here playing with my blood pressure and letting it go up and down and have blood pressure medicine snatched out of my regimen. When I know I've been on blood pressure medicine for every day, I already knew that my blood pressure was only going to be 3 to 4 days and it was going to be back high again. But what I did not know is it was going to raise that high. And that's what eating right, that's what taking my walks up and down the driveway, getting my exercise in, and yet and still, because I've been on the blood pressure medicine for so long, to take it out of my diet completely that fast and just snatch it out of there, that was not good. That was not good for me. And I knew it was not going to end well. So with that being said, I just wanted to come in this morning. It's early Saturday morning to let y'all know that I love y'all. Let y'all know what scare I went through on last night. This was last night. The ambulance drivers picked me up from here. They took me to this other hospital because I was not trying to get up there and try to drive myself no place with my blood pressure raising out of control like that. So, of course, I had to call the ambulance to come and get me, and they took me, and then I had another girlfriend come and pick me up. But to God be the glory. You know, God is always good because morning comes before destruction, and God is always leading and guiding, and we got to trust His guidance. Don't feel like you being pushy when you're pushing for good health for yourself. Don't feel like you being pushy when you got to overtalk them at some points, or you just got to just walk up out of there and go get yourself somebody who will listen to you, who will listen to what it is that you as the patient is trying to tell them, who will listen to your symptoms and then diagnose you for what it is and not for what they feel should be. I am not a spring chicken. I'm not 20 anymore. So I have to make sure that I take good care of my life and my health right now at this age, and a blood pressure, small blood pressure dose is what I need for me to stay strong and for my blood pressure to stay at bay. So be it. So be it. To God be the glory. But I just wanted to let y'all know to continue to advocate for yourself. Continue to fight for yourself. Continue to put you first. Make sure you're paying attention to your body. Know how your body operates. Know what you need. And if you don't know what you need and you feel as though that you're being told something that don't set right with you, do not feel bad by going to get a second opinion if you have to go somewhere else. Because where I went somewhere else was the one somewhere else that possibly could have just saved my life on last night. So with that being said, I want y'all to know that I love y'all. If you've been here this long and you're not subscribed to the channel, so many of y'all are watching and you're not subscribed. Please, so feel free to subscribe to the channel. We're sweet over here. We're nice over here. All we want to do is uplift, motivate, and inspire. We have a little fun, you know, and we always speak life. So no matter, even if there's things going on that's bad that we have to talk about, we will find a solution. We'll speak life in the midst of that situation because there's always a positive answer to every negative. So with that being said, if and so you're not, haven't turned your notification bells on as of yet, please also turn your notification bells on so that you will be notified when I drop my next video. Y'all be blessed because Mother's going to get some rest today. Love y'all.